So I guess as a kind of like, is there any advice you would give to someone that is like, I'm not ready to serve, or I don't have anything to give, or where do I even start? Like, what would you say to that person?
I mean, like you mentioned earlier, even if they take away like just a tiny part of what you're actually like telling them, you're still leading them closer to God. So like if you're like not quite ready to jump in, then you could always be like, maybe serve with someone else, and that just allows like y'all to kind of split up and get like into a little bit deeper with those kids and just stretch the details. So like even if you think that like you wouldn't be completely like valued if you're serving, you would always be helping. And like if you're like not ready, I would just say like jump in, because you always have like the chance to like lead someone towards God and like be a part of someone's journey, like a name that they remember like actually like benefited them and kind of like led them closer to God. So I think that that's like a really cool like motive that
Yeah.
I think it's a lot more important to be there rather than worry about being perfect.
Yeah.
The more you're worried about being perfect, the less sometimes people are going to actually attach to it or really feel like you're being like making a connection. If you're just there and you're just showing, hey, I want to be here and I want to help you in whatever way that I can, I feel like that helps grow close to the group.
Yeah, I think Andy Stanley was preaching this last week, and one of my favorite things he was talking about a little bit about his story. And it's like he was talking about you should reflect Christ so much that people can't tell their faith story without mentioning you. Because he talks about like how he met his wife and stuff like that, and the guy that's part of their church like was like, "You've got to meet this girl. You've got to meet," like, and it's all part of his faith story. But it's like living in a way that you're reflecting. I mean, as Paul said right in Corinthians, in so much as I imitate Christ, imitate me. Like we should be striving to be that mirror, right? I mean, Peter even says it in there. He's like, each of you should use whatever gift you've received to serve others. Like we're called to do that, and even like, so we all serve in like we serve in youth. He serves in kids, like with that, which is one skill set. Maybe you're like, did I do that? I have no desire. Like there's host team, right? There's a smile. Like trust me, that smile means so much.
There's people holding the doors when we come into church, and like one of the guys that holds the door for the entrance that we come in, he gives a high five to the girls as they walk in.
Yeah.
At first, they were hesitant. They weren't doing it every week. And now they're like, all right, they
Where's
run
it?
up and like give a high five. Yeah.
And then, or like even like you can make coffee in the back. Like no one, there's ways to use your gifts. Like I would be like, without being hard, right? I would adamantly look at any believer and say, until you're serving, you're not a part of a church, you're attending a church. Like scripture is very clear that like we should be serving. So like, while I wouldn't want to guilt trip anyone in, I would strongly encourage someone that like you need to find a place to be involved, whatever that looks like, right?
I think it's hard to have true community